सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। How much our minds are focused while chanting, how much the meaning of the chantings we know, how much we are developing that bhava of the meaning of those chants. This focusing is called sadhana. Even throughout the time of the class, 1-2 hours, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, we are going to study. How much of we are able to not only grasp the meaning, but finding its meaning in our life and taking some sankalpas, commitments to do the sadhana and pray to Ishvara, the Lord. O Lord, bless us to reach to this stage of sadhana and siddhi. In this way, in every class, when we are attentive, alert, then that class itself becomes the sadhana. Om Sachidananda Vishotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha Nigamakalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukamukadam Brutadrava Samyutam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanan Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः। ओम अथ श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशंपायनादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो मत्स्यादवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां कृपानुग्रहद्वारेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोध सिद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् क्षणे एव पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शन अनुग्रह आनंद अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम विशेषतः सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम च तत्कृत कंकणबद्ध समस्त साधक भक्त सेवक उपासकानां समस्त दिव्य शक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा विघ्न शत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा संपदा साधना वाप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशम स्कंधस्य द्वादश स्कंधस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ दशम स्कंधः। Let us chant from the mantra 29 onwards. Let us do few of them up to 52. So these 26 mantras, 24 with all devotion, 47th chapter of 10th skandha purvardham. Let us see. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Dashama Skandha Purvardha. Shri Shuka Vacha Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ta Sapta Chatvarimshodhyayah. Bhavati Nam Viyogo Me Nahi Sarvatmana Kvachido यथा भूतानि भूतेषु खं वायुवग्निर्जलं महि तथाहं च मनः प्राण भूतेन्द्रियगुणाश्रयः आत्मन्येवात्मनात्मानं सृजेऽहन्यनुपालये आत्ममायानुभावेन भूतेन्द्रियगुणात्मना आत्मा ज्ञानमयः शुद्धः अव्यतिरिक्तो गुणान्वयः सुषुप्तिस्वप्नजाग्रद्भिः मायावृत्तिभिरीयते येनेन्द्रियार्थान् ध्यायेत मृषा स्वप्नवदुत्थितः तन्निरुन्ध्यादिन्द्रियाणि विनिद्रः प्रत्यपद्यत एतदन्तः समाम्नायः योगः साङ्ख्यं मनीषिणां त्यागस्तपोदमः सत्यं समुद्रान्ता इवापगाः यत्त्वहं भवतीनां वै दूरे वर्ते प्रियो दृशां मनसः सन्निकर्षार्थं मदनुध्यानकाम्यया यथा दूरचरे प्रेष्ठे मन आविश्य वर्तते स्त्रीणां च न तथा चेतः सन्निकृष्टेक्षिगोचरे मय्यावेश्य मनः कृत्स्नं विमुक्ता शेषवृत्तियतो अनुस्मरन्त्यो मां नित्यम् अचिरान्माम् उपैष्यथ या मया क्रीडता रात्र्यां वनेऽस्मिन् व्रज आस्थिताः अलब्धरासाः कल्याण्यः महापुर्मद्वीर्यचिन्तया श्रीशुक उवाच एवं प्रियतमादिष्टम् आकर्ण्यव्रजयोषितः तावूचुरुद्धवं प्रीताः तत्सन्देशागतस्मृतिः गोप्यौचुः दिष्ट्या हितो हतः कंसः यदूनां सानुगोघकृत दिष्ट्याप्तैर्लब्धसर्वार्थैः कुशल्यास्तेच्युतोऽधुना कच्चित् गदाग्रजः सौम्य करोति पुरयोषितां प्रीतिं नः स्निग्धसव्रीड हासोदारेक्षणार्चितः कथं रतिविशेषज्ञः प्रियश्च वरयोषितां नानुबध्येत तद्वाक्यैः विभ्रमैश्चानुभाजितः अविस्मरति नः साधो गोविन्दः प्रस्तुते क्वचिदो गोष्ठीमध्ये पुरस्त्रीणां ग्राम्याः स्वैरकथान्तरे ताः किं निशाः स्मरति यासु तदा प्रियाभिः बृन्दावने कुमुदकुन्दशशाङ्करम्ये रेमे क्वणच्चरणनूपुररासगोष्ठ्याम् अस्माभिरीडितमनोज्ञकथः कदाचितो अप्येष्यतीह दाशार्हः तप्ताः स्वकृतया शुचा सञ्जीवयन्नुनो गात्रैः यथेन्द्रो वनमम्बुदैः कस्मात् कृष्णः इहायाति प्राप्तराज्यो हताहितः नरेन्द्रकन्या उद्वाह्य प्रीतः सर्वसुहृद्वृतः किमस्माभिर्वनौकोभिः अन्याभिर्मामहात्मनः बिर्वामहात्मनः श्रीपतेराप्तकामस्य क्रियेतार्थः कृतात्मनः परं सौख्यं हि नैराश्यं स्वैरिण्यप्याह पिङ्गला तज्जानतीनां नः कृष्णे तथाप्याशा दुरत्यया क उत्सहेत सन्त्यक्तुम् उत्तमः श्लोकसंविदम् अनिच्छतोऽपि यस्य श्रीः अङ्गात् नच्यवते क्वचितो सरिच्छैलवनोद्देशा गावो वेणुरवा इमे सङ्कर्षणसहायेन कृष्णेनाचरिताः प्रभो पुनः पुनः स्मारयन्ति नन्दगोपसुतं वदा श्रीनिकेतैस्तत्पदकैः विस्मर्तुं नैव शक्नुमः गत्या ललितयोदार हासलीलावलोकनैः माद्यागिराहृतधियः कथं तं विस्मरामहे हे नाथ हे रमानाथ व्रजनाथार्तिनाशन मग्नमुद्धर गोविन्द गोकुलं वृजिनार्णवाद ॐ शान्तिः 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 Friends, stories continue, life continues. From the stories of Bhagavata and from the happenings of life also. Through invoking the grace of gurus and gods, what are the lessons we are learning to better our lives? Bettering our lives is lesser and lesser miseries, more and more peace and tranquility. And that can never be possible unless the only lesson learnt is we have to be nearing to the divinity in and through all our lives, practices, and experience the divine proximity. Finally, unity with the divinity. These things we have to slowly start focusing and learning. Somebody else can mute quickly. Na? Why should I waste my time and say? Mute karo. Jyoti Amma, why don't you mute it? How alert you have to be in a second, you have to do that. How can you sleep? At least 5 seconds you can wait. Hmm. So, these are very beautiful, sublime lessons to be learned by our intellects. The knowledge given by the Upanishads of Brahma Vidya and the knowledge given by the Purana Itihasa of Bhakti, Dharma, Vyavahara, Mano Indriyanam Nigraha. These are the ones which make the ordinary human being to ordinary being an extraordinary sadhaka, an extraordinary spiritual seeker, and putting efforts and growing towards his own emancipation or mukti. Is it happening in our life or not? That we have to do the pariksha. Even to listen, even to understand, even to observe ourselves, whether these understandings are accepted by us and are we practicing or not. An alertness is required. A sattva is required. That will be possible only from many unnecessary worries, anxieties, involvements. We conserve our mind's energies and attentions. It's fully involved in the world, like a mad crack. You can never have quiet mind, even to will for the listening to Shastras. Even we listen, even to understand, accept them, and change us accordingly requires lot of poise. Gain that poise. Enough of seeing the world which we are going through from the birth and millions of births. Let us now try to see these few things. Quietening of our mind, studying of the Shastras, understanding the theme in that, accepting it and getting convinced of it, seeing to it that it is affecting in changing our life into more and more peace, more and more divinity, from more and more disturbance and no divinity. From that to this level, we have to reach to. Now, it's a beautiful topic of Bhagavan Krishna's Sandesha to the most dearest of him, the Gopikas. देखो भगवान loves Uddhava, loves Krishna. He is Arjuna. Everybody he loves. He came only to love, entertain, and all. बट अमॉन्ग देम जो बचपन के यादें रहते ना जिंदगी भर रहते यू ऑल नो एंड दीज गोपिकास हैव गिवन हिम लव एट दैट एज will he ever forget them how much love he must be having for them to those most beloved ones if he has given a sandesha it must be the best. That is why these three sandeshas of Krishna, given to Arjuna as Gita, given to Uddhava as 11th Skanda Bhagavatam, given to Gopikas here. He has not given much knowledge to him them many places. Again, once more he will give when they meet at Kurukshetra, etc. Bas. But they are gems, they are the masterpieces. We have to accept those knowledges, having heard them sincerely, seriously, repeatedly because we require. We have the great quality of forgetting. That is what is saving us in the world. But same thing saving me because good you forget all Shastra. इसको तो याद रखना चाहिए. So first lesson, let us not have sentimentality overpowering wisdom. Clear? विजडम को ओवर पावर करने वाला सेंटिमेंटालिटी को पहले दूर रखो बिकॉज दैट इज अ होल डिस्ट्राइंग थिंग like I give somebody some suggestions to sort out some problem. 25 minutes I give all the intellectual knowledge information. But all that information knowledge, that person will brush aside with one sentiment. But स्वामी जी फिर भी क्या है ना मैं उनको नहीं छोड़ सकता या मैं ऐसे नहीं कह सकता या मैं ऐसा कर नहीं सकता या मैं नहीं बदल सकता. This is only emotion. That one sentiment emotion, the entire Guru Parampara's Krupa, which is coming to us through our acharyas, we just deny. Please be aware of it, you, the regular students. You can't be the same. You have to master your life. We have to master our lives. We are all having wisdom, but overpowered by sentiments. Therefore, sentimental fellows we are more than wise people. So here, Gopikas had sentiments. Lord has wisdom. He is passing on that wisdom to them. First wisdom is what? May you take all effort, may you put all efforts required. May you take as much time as required, but aim at this one. This is first point. What is that? Learn to look from the standpoint of the pure self. बस बोल दिया हमने, अब कैसा करना क्या करना तुम जानो. Because self alone is one, self alone is imperishable, self cannot have viyoga or separation. And luckily, that one self is there, all pervading. More luckily, we can develop our vision to look from the self standpoint. That possibility is there for everyone. If that were not there, that were not to be there, then nobody would have got liberated from the samsara. किसी को मोक्ष का चांस ही नहीं होता. अगर बना किसी को मोक्ष, only thing is it was only reason is it was possible for them to shift or lift their attention to look from the self standpoint. If it is possible to one, it is possible to all. If it is possible to all, it is possible to us. Now our job is to make it possible. Atma Drushti, as much you can develop, so much the Anatma called Dehendriya Mana, from that Drushti we can separate. With that, what is the result? It is into the Anatma of Dehendriya Mana that there is birth and disease and old age and death. One. Second, it is the Anatma Dehendriya Mana Buddhi identified with that Jiva. He is the one who leaves this Upadhi or who gets separated from other Upadhi Yukta Jiva. The self, neither born nor dying nor separated nor limited, it is one without second. Although it is very tough, it is not as easy as we are saying, it is very tough, but that is the only solution to come out of samsara once for all. Otherwise, this life we suffer, die, again we are born with same ignorance of upaditadatmya, seeing from the jiva standpoint or upadita standpoint, again creating raga, creating dvesha, continuously suffering. Suffer when we meet the people whom we hate, and suffer when we get departed from those whom we are attached to. And suffering only going on. And one person we are attached to and we suffer, and when the detachment happens, then again we attach to somebody else. If one wants to continue, tadastu. Philosophy is Vedanta cannot be rubbed to anyone. It cannot be chipkowed or pasted. It is told. It is like a Western, now Indian type of the marketing. Things are displayed there, cost is mentioned, pay the money, take the thing. Nobody will compel you. Arey, kharido yaar, kharido. No. Vedanta it cannot be done. Knowledge cannot be rubbed like that, If you want, you take. If you don't want, go. Here also it's our choice. So first thing is what? Learn, develop to look from the Atma standpoint, which is one without second everywhere. From that drushti, none of us are separated from each other at any time. By the way, आपके अंदर आत्मा है कि नहीं थोड़ा झांक के देखना, जब पड़ोसी को पूछना, सबके अंदर है मेरे ख्याल में, और वो एक ही नहीं होता है तो ढूंढ लो, खरीद लो कहीं से, पर मेरे ख्याल में है. Is it not? Like there's one mud behind all parts, one water behind all waves, one gold behind all ornaments, one cell behind all nama rupa is there luckily. It is very new to us. Like when you go to a very country like Japanese and all, the language they talk is so new. समझ में आते हैं ना किसमें कभी क्या बोल रहे हैं करके. But we stay for a year or two, learn from some place, the Japanese, then thoda you get tuned to that. Same way, looking from self standpoint is Latin and Greek and Japanese for us right now. But when you practice it, like those languages, we get habituated. We also get habituated to look from the imperishable, never separable, one without second self standpoint. When I look at you, if I look at you as Deha, then the pangs of separation, all that I have to go through if I am attached to you. If I look at you as Jiva, there are also attachments, sir. But if I see you as the self, there is no problem. Arjuna was looking from the Deha and Jiva standpoint. Not even Jiva, Deha and relative. Krishna said, look from the Atma Drishti. First chapter of Gita is that. Second chapter, first portion. Throughout Gita, that's what is being taught. First Sandesha. It's very important to the best of his beloved Gopikas he has given. So nothing wrong in repeatedly seeing and trying to catch the essence. Second point is, it is the Lord who in his own will created the world, maintaining the world, dissolving. So the earlier one is Jnana Drushti, second one is Bhakti Drushti. And have some faith in him that anything he does is for our own good. If that basic thing is not there towards parents, teacher, and the Lord, that anything they do is for our own good, then we imagine and we suffer. Clear? Second point is that when he said, I only create the whole world on my own self, and I only maintain, and I only dissolve. The first accept it by leaving it to his will. Many a times it gives such a consolation when we learn the art of accepting by surrendering. Like you surrender to the doctor and accept the treatment that is given, and we are benefited. We don't know any of the operation, we don't know any of the medication, but we have had faith in him, we surrendered. So he operated or he gave medicine, injection, ठीक हो गए कि नहीं? Because he studied medicine, he knows all. So Bhagavan knows why he created world, why he is putting which person where, why he is clubbing two people, separating them, and giving each one different quota of experiences, sukha or dukkha. He has his own pakka calculation. And in and through all that, it is in our own interest. That faith we have to have. Sometime when a bitter experience comes, some people even hate the God. From that time, they become नास्तिक. मैंने आपसे इतना भरोसा किया भगवान ने, भगवान आपने मैंने जो चाहा नहीं किया, therefore I am now leaving you, not remembering you. That is rank arrogance. That should not be there. That's wrong. Even in the worst adversities also, there are secret treasure of blessings that are hidden. Some can be known to us, many cannot be known. And one thing easily can be known through every bitter experience is Lord wants us to get vairagya from the world. Lord wants us to reduce the insistences and desires stronger from our heart. Lord wants us to accept the things as they happen. Lord wants us to do punya karma, do that more sukha only, less dukkha. Lord finally wants us to tune us to himself. These are the few reasons for which the Lord gives us the bitter experiences which we deserve. Unnecessarily Lord give. दूसरा बात हमने बात कर ली. वन, आत्मदृष्टि से देखना. सेकंड, सृष्टि स्थिति लय कारक ईश्वर. Therefore, leave it to him and don't ask why and how. Accept the things and reduce the dukkha adi. Okay? Now the third one is very important. Always try to meditate on that self, so that the first and third topics go together. Look from standpoint of the self. It is said in the first one. What is the nature of the self? Four things only, no? Not even five. Jnanamayaha, Shuddhaha, Vyatiriktaha, Agunanvaya. ये हमारा अंदर का सेल्फ है. ज्ञानमयः प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस, शुद्धः वन विदाउट सेकंड, व्यतिरिक्तः अदर देन पंचकोशास, अगुणान्वयः never it is influenced by the gunas. In its presence the gunas work. When the gunas working, he only remains as maximum sakshi. The one who identifies is jiva. The jiva alone identify with the gunas is samsari. The samsari jiva, when detaches from the guna, tries to become the sakshi. He is the self. See, the choice is given. Like any incident happening, identifying with that, we can have joy or misery, depending on the happening. Remaining as sakshi or giving it to the Lord, the creditor, we can be unperturbed, undisturbed also. That capacity is given to us by the Lord. Is it not? We have to encash that one. So the third one is the Atma Swarupa Lakshanas. Keep on maintaining, meditating, and this Atma with Jnanamayatva, Shuddhatva, then Vyatiriktatva and Agunanmayatva is not to be created, not to be bought from somewhere, not to be borrowed. It is already there in us. Recognize it as the real me, which is a little tough because again we said we have never tried it. Keep on trying till it happens. And whoever have tried, went on trying, they all had this experience of this self. This is the third point told to us. Now the fourth one is very, very crucial. Please remember this one. All the problems are created by the uncontrolled mind's projections, mind's imaginations, mind's whims and fancies, mind's ragadvesha. All of that is backed by the vasanas or mind's untrained habits, or mind is a gulam of the sense organs and of the sense objects. Complete thing we spoke in 1.5 minute, half minute. This mind has to be curbed or contained. That's what we said. Never become emotional or sentimental. Beyond that, wisdom. With wisdom backing, have emotions used for the occasion. Without the wisdom behind, that emotion sentiments spoil the show of life. It will destroy us like anything. Truth is truth. It cannot be true. Anything other than the truth is imagination. It is infinite. That capacity of imagination is there in the mind. Mind goes on imagining, projecting, and endlessly we become a victim of that. That is what two shlokas I said in the giving the example of the swapna. How much world of the dream created with so many variety of experiences of hatreds, loves, attachments, bereavements, successes, failures. कितना सारा है सपने में. But sapna is projection of mind. In the same way, Paramatma expressing as this world going on. In that, as much equal the birth is, so much equal the death is. As much is the disease is, so much is the health. How as much as sukha, so much is dukkha. Both are equal. If you can learn the art of accepting all of them equally and not allowing the mind to label what is expected by Krishna, that we have achieved. That means controlling the mind. In this world, all together balance the show of the world. And this mind management has million things to be learned. Two things are important. What is what? See the thing as it is, accept the things as they are happening. That's it. Somebody hated you. Yes, hated. That's it. You don't react. You express your unconditional love depending on requirement. Somebody left you. You just accept. Then what is there to worry about? Somebody cheated you. So what? Somebody sought the help from you. How much you can do, do it. After that, case is over. Only example I give again and again is patients coming to the doctor. Doctor treats them, he leaves them, attends to next patient without carrying the load of the entire patient, his medical reports, medical records, and the sentiments and emotions, nothing doing. He cannot carry even an iota of the earlier patient. He will have to attend to the next patient. Even should not be worried about इसने पैसे पूरे दिए कि नहीं. है ना. वो तो आजकल सब इंटेलिजेंट हो गया. पहले पैसे भरो 500 रुपए कंसल्टेशन फीस, उससे आधा बीमारी ठीक हो जाता है. एंड द डॉक्टर राइट्स ऑल द टेस्ट्स, उसको देकर पूरा बीमारी ठीक. मैं ठीक हूँ वाला आजकल मेडिकल फूड धंधा जो दो एजुकेशन फूड एंड मेडिसिन, दिस शुड नेवर बिकम बिजनेस. That is according to Shastra, the worst downfall of the management of the government. Fail. It's an utter failure of government where food, education, and medication, which are basic human needs, are to be bought. Some higher things, okay, exceptions. Everywhere there are exceptions. Don't forget that. So, in this way, when we can live in life of just accepting what is happening and seeing what is the truth, not giving a little chance to the mind to say, I don't know, but I think, or but I don't like, but it is not good. You should not even analyze it. Can we reach to that level? Is it not like somebody abused me? There is a reason. What is the meaning of that abuse? What is the intent in that? So maybe he might have found some fault in me. So rectify that fault. More than that, the most we can do is thank you, Maharaj, for helping me to improve myself. This way, all the time, curbing our own mind is the only way by which we will not create samsara out of the divine grace. Everything is divine grace. In divine grace, there is nothing bad. In our short sightedness, in our inability to accept it, like the child, he never understands that through the injection, the fever with which he is suffering, the cold and cough and infection with which he is suffering is removed. His drushti is only on doctor poking and giving the pain. Is it not? His attention on the external treatment. Internally, how it is helping doesn't know. Child, we too are children. We only see the Lord poking us through various dukkha's. But through that, He is treating us. Our prarabdhas. He is maturing us. He is taking us away from the misery creating world. He is taking us near to Him. These things, the one who learns, this is like Kunti Devi. They say और भी दुख देते जाओ और भी दुख देते जाओ so that हम आपके और भी पास आएंगे और भी पास आएंगे. Please remember, these theories should not remain as theory. They should remain our knowledge, become our knowledge and practice. Fourth point is very, very essential. This one. First, look from self standpoint. Second, accept everything divine doing. Third one, understand the self and try to recognize that self in us. Fourth is this most dangerous instrument called as mind, labeling, projecting, imagining, and then attaching, detaching. And परसों एक दिन वो आया था बढ़िया सा thought. If we don't have any substantial spiritual goal, convinced spiritual goal, then our mind will have raga dvesha to the world and it will destroy us. It will make us miserable. Therefore, seeking the ultimate goal as our purpose, don't give chance to the mind to do any projection. Like any example, your own daughter-in-law, she is behaving like that. You can't do anything. Why? Because she herself can't do. Not even her, even God cannot do. How? If they could have done it, they would have done long back. Don't, if you think that your avatara Purusha came only to do the uddhara of your daughter-in-law, you can try. You will definitely fail. Eh? अनहोनी को होनी करते होनी को अनहोनी. If you think like that and you try and you get all the things required in life, she is like that. You accept, you go through. And how many hundreds of classes we have heard that other than quietening our mind, other than strengthening our knowledge, other than creating that strong detachment in us, we cannot be protected from our own mind's reaction in the world and suffer. Situations are outside. That's what these two words we use many a times. Paristhiti, manasthiti. Paristhiti is never in our hands. Manasthiti is always in our hands. Nowadays for the youth, those classes of Gita, it was fantastic. English Gita, we are doing 6 chapters, best. Next 10 days, they are going to listen all the dhyana paddhatis, how to curb and control the mind. All these are coming. Fourth point understood? Don't allow the mind to even say even little. Intellect is there, yeah. It is understanding situation, yeah. It knows how to respond, yeah. Do that. Somebody said something. Father said, "Why are you late?" Papa, very sorry. This was the reason. But हो गया. आधा मिनट भी नहीं लगता sort out करने के लिए. Boss scolded in the office. Sir, I'm sorry, came late today. You can cut 100, 200 salary. I'm humbly submitting in front of you some weakness of not able to get up in the morning. Please forgive. देखो हो गया वो. And you try your best. Don't justify. Sleep early, eat less, get up early, go to office. Then make a good habit. See how long the boss will scold till you don't learn to go on time. Is it not? Therefore, why the boss is scolding? For you to learn to go on time. That's how the Lord is working through the boss to be on time. Is it not? How long the daughter-in-law will trouble you? Till you accept her lovingly. If you don't accept, she'll go on troubling you. The moment you accept loving, like you accept your own daughter. So many a time, daughter is more nonsense than daughter-in-law. But we never observe it. बिकॉज ऑफ अटैचमेंट। है ना, अटैचमेंट में सारे गलती माफ हो जाते। बट और कहीं घर से आई है, मेरे बेटे को उकड़ क्या है ना लूट कर ले गई है। दैट टाइप ऑफ एटीट्यूड देयरफॉर इवन स्मॉल मिस्टेक ऑफ हर्स समटाइम इट इज सीन एज बिग। एक्सेप्शंस होंगे। इफ यू आर प्राउड ऑफ दिस सो बैड, so the moment you accept her, love her, over, problem is over. So the Lord sent her or came in her form only for you to accept. Do you understand it? With these ideas, even little of the mind's emotions, mind's any imagination or any projection or any labeling or any giving undue value of raga or desha, कुछ भी मन में आने नहीं देना. With this clean slate only, we can sit and do japa, we can sit and do our pujas, we can do our study, we can contemplate. Otherwise, with million reactions to million experiences, we'll be only in the Kshipta Vikshipta Bhumika. Never ever we can be in the Ekagra Bhumika to reach to a Sampragnata and a Sampragnata Samadhi, Vritti Nirodha, Atma Pratishthai, Kavela Prapti. Yoga Bhasha. In Vedanta also, with the disturbed mind, the intellect can never gather the true wisdom of the Shastras Vedanta, nor it can guide the Manabuddhi and Sharira, Mana Sharira in the to function according to the Dharma or according to the Jnana. नहीं कर सकता है बुद्धि. Mana is dangerous. The whole world is mental. Please remember, whole world is a lunatic asylum. बस all are equally mental, इसलिए चल रहा है. Sentimental. Absolutely, I'm saying. They all, even attachments are only mental. Only projection. Spiritual level में attachment तो होता है नहीं, प्रेम ही होता है. All are one. Except a आत्मज्ञानी, all are mental. But in Shastra, for the Atmajnani it is told, you act like a mental. So, Sarvit Moodhavat Tishtet. You know everything, but live like a mood fellow. Asakto Vayu move like a wind unattached anywhere. Because in the lunatic asylum, you have to be like them only, else they will take you odd man out. There's a movie. He was put in for no reason by the enemies. He just acts like the pagal and protects himself as long as he have to stay. So the main point, fourth one, is this tat niruddhyat. So therefore, this shloka is very powerful. Are you doing upasana, japa, puja, jnana, tapasya, dana, tyagaha, damaha, satyam? We will not ask you what are you doing. We only ask you. Through that, have you controlled your own mind? Bas. To control mind, all of them help. Whichever the thing is okay for you, do. But reach to this goal of quietening the mind. All are done, but mind is still uncontrolled, is equal to no sadhana is done. One or two sadhanas are done. With that, the mind is absolutely quiet and you have achieved it. Then why when we do upasanas, puja, ityadi, still the mind is disturbed? Because to quieten the mind, these have to be done. That knowledge is not there. That conviction is not there. Is it not? If I know my pujas, japas I am doing is to quieten the mind, then that is achieved through those sadhanas. It has to be achieved. Ultimate एक ही बात है. Other than Paramatma, everything is projection. Therefore, Paramatma Drushti alone is safest Drushti. Even at the Vyavahara level, anything happening, accept it, respond to it. Any response we have to give, which should have the sanctioning of the Shastra or our own Guru, that's it. We are safest. Give chance to the mind, Satyanashoga. And as it is said, the mental fellow doesn't know he is mental. So do the people who are lost in emotions, can never recognize they are victimized by their own emotional personality. And they are losing the wisdom. Wisdom is zero. Emotional, sentimental. घर गृहस्थियों में 100% fightings happen because of emotions and ego. Intelligent person will not fight. In some houses, the man is intelligent. When the fighting happens, he goes out. And she is so emotional, she chases him and और phone में लड़ती है. Or the other way around. All fightings are just emotions and egos. If you are intelligent, you can never fight. See, that tat jnanam prashamakaram yad indriyanam. Though it's talked about spiritual knowledge, even at the common sense level also, if you are wise, you quieten your faculties of indriya and mana. Don't make them virulent to disturb the whole situation or relation. Yaad rakhna. So, what is this point mainly Krishna said is, they are complaining to Krishna that he left and went away, he left us all alone, and other things they talk. We are going to see that he is the one, when a new group of people he found, then he left us, went, and they are all town people. We are all rustic women of the village, and why will he remember us? Even after listening this knowledge, they are going to say, क्योंकि नॉलेज पूरा अभी काम करना शुरू नहीं किया, क्योंकि दवाई लेने का 3 महीने के बाद काम करता है. Like all our shastras we are studying, somewhere after 10 years it will work, or 5 years, if we allow. All these are emotions. Even in that Brahmara Gitika, some facts, stories they told, some good lakshanas of Krishna they explained, good experiences they have shared. All is positive, all are truths. But wherever they had the tone of complaint, tone of demand, tone of trying to command, they are all mind's projections. वो हमको छोड़ना है. Very, very essential, because they are the cause of dukkha, because they are answerless questions. Why Krishna left us when we gave him so much love? Are he'll have many other works to go ahead. There's no answer to such funny question. Why he's not that way supposed to bound to you? Nobody is bound to us. Please remember, nobody can be permanently bound to us. Anybody can leave us anytime. Just like we can also leave anytime. Is it not? We have to reserve the freedom to leave ourselves, and we can allow them anywhere to chalo jao, jana hai to jao. Wherever you go, अच्छा रहो बस. We pray for you, we bless you. May you grow spiritually. See that consolation or the solace which we find with this wisdom. And if it is made practical, how beautiful the life would be. And we also have to say, yeah, good, I lived with you sufficiently. All that, now I have to go for my higher sadhana. Please permit. Like Yajnavalkya ji. Just to say to Maitreyi, Are, Reva Maitreyi, how lovingly he talks in that Upanishad, brother. I just want to take sannyasa and go for self. And I am giving all the dhana to you. She says, if you are giving all the wealth to me and going for something, that must be greater than this wealth. If you think I am deserving, can you tell me? He tells that Brahma Vidya. She takes it. Then all the money is given to the other one, Gargi. She just meditates, realizes. Wonderful topic it is. He takes permission. Yeah, not fighting. Never ever anything would be non-smooth. Everything should be smooth. Even if the others don't do it smoothly, like the PWD and electric department, they dig the road, they spoil it. But we have to ride our scooter or car carefully to reach. So too, others may spoil the whole show, but we should learn the art of ourselves traveling smoothly. That is the greatest art, very tough it is. But if we can learn it, then we have learned how to drive on the road of life. Sometimes, even though you are honestly saying truly, people don't accept. And luckily, sadhana is done in the mind. Mind is always with us. Is it not? Like mind is always with you. Physically, you can sit in class. Mentally, you can go to your children, grandchildren in India and America. Apni marji. Sadhana is in the mind. That is why a mature person never leaves the world anywhere to do sadhana. Wherever he is there only he does inner sadhana. Of course, extremes anyway you have to avoid. Fourth point is very crucial. That is why he said, Etadantah samamnayaha yogaha sankyam manishinam tyagaha tapaha dama satyam. Samudran devapagaha, like all rivers finally merge in ocean. All sadhanas are finally to control the mind. Is it clear? Mind control means mind under intellect as a servant. Intellect should have the knowledge of Shastra, knowing what to do, what not to do. In general, in Vyavahara, also in spiritual sadhana. That's it. Uncontrolled mind means projecting, imagination, emotional insistences, likes, dislikes, all are manas ke rog hai sare. Okay, yeah? Very important one. Now the fifth point was crucial. I'll not explain it much, little bit. Anybody, how much or great valuable they are, when they are very near, we lose all value to them. Second thing, we should develop respect and reverence in the mind. That is possible when they are physically far away. Like I feel the proximity with my Gurudev. The moment I close eyes, I can see his form. I can see his, listen to his talks, that voice. Very clear. Where is he gone? Is it not? Physical importance, physical proximity importance. If you can conquer, no bereavement can make you miserable. And it is there, it can be made. Again here, oh Swami, ऐसे कहते हैं, लेकिन that is sentiment. Is it not? You are a Swami, therefore you say all that, but I can't live without. Then who can stop? You are not going to meet him. He will ask you, who are you? No, I was your wife. What wife? See, that one is my wife in that पहले already 10 शादियां हो गए होंगे उनके. That is why Bhagavan never makes us remember our earlier lives. पिछले लाइफ में कौन क्या थे नहीं पता, इसलिए सब भुलवाते हैं. Otherwise, you cannot live life chaotic. Your own wife may be a servant this life of earlier life. Servant may be कुछ भी होए. घबराओ मत. These things should not be shared like that. The facts are that sentiments. Sentiments aggravate the problems and dukkha. Genuine feelings are different. You have to have the feelings and little sentiments allowed, but have wisdom also. Not that much feelings sentiment that it overpower the wisdom and you are becoming weak day by day for any reason. फेल हो गया उसमें सेंटिमेंट, तबीयत खराब हुआ उसमें सेंटिमेंट, पैसे लोग सारे सेंटिमेंट, नौकरी नहीं मिला, हर एक का सेंटिमेंटल बनते हैं. वाइज बनते ही नहीं. A wise person finds the root cause of problem and sorts out. A sentimental fellow never thinks what's going to be done solution, and he only goes on pondering or worrying over that problem, and he never leaves that problem or dukkha. Very crucial this one. Therefore, I deliberately went away for two reasons. One, your devotion to me when I am away will be more, and in the mind you have to have my devotion. That is a real challenge. That is a real love. He said, na, yattu aham bhavatinam vai dure varte priya drusham. You are so dear to me, I am also dear to you, still I go away from you, from your vicinity. Drusha means, आपके नजरों से मैं दूर क्यों गया हूं कि मनसः सन्निकर्षार्थ, to give you a chance that at mind level you are able to remember me more, which is more closer. And mad anudhyana kamya, and I desire that you do dhyana of me more and more, so that you lose your individuality in me, and that only Krishna can say, he is a Paramatma. You cannot tell to your husband or wife, go away and now meditate on me. It is not for. He says, chal, I was waiting for this good occasion. फिर कब जा रही है? I tell you really a fact, after seeing some incidents, it is so good that Mia baby ladte rahe. I am not blessing like that, so that the detachment is developed. Otherwise, चिपक भी जाते हैं ना, फिर वो भी एक टेंशन है. All boils down to only one thing. If you know the ultimate goal, if you know what it is in the relative life, if you know how to balance both of them, in that wisdom, everything is taken care. Shastra teaches us this wisdom. Spiritual life का wisdom, व्यवहार का wisdom, दोनों का connection कैसे करना. That wisdom. So, मद अनुध्यान कामया मनसा सन्निकर्षार्थम. I tell you the reason also. Yatha durasare preshte manavisya vartate. As much the mind is focused on those who are far away, strinam cha natata cheta sannikrishte akshi gochar. When they are near in the eyes, that much attachment, love will not be there. Of course, to those whom they have love. If they are selfish, Striyar, Purusha, koi bhi ho, they are only selfish, then they look for some alternatives. That is a low level, that is animalistic. In the pure love, the more the beloved goes far away, the more the memory is there. Luckily, क्या होता है ना, in that memory, as the time is a big hila, negative things all go away, only pure love and remembrance remains. That is the blessings. Think about these topics, very, very essential. नहीं तो हम जिंदगी को और मन को दोनों को कबाड़ा बना देंगे. We become so sentimental and miserable in our life. Okay, wisdom for all of us through Gopikas, through Uddhava Bhagavan teaches. And therefore, finally, what sadhana? If that is not told, topic is not complete. He says, Mai aveshya manaha krutznam. It is for all of us. Totally, your mind should be in me only. Consequence of it is vimukta ashesha vritti yatho. No other vritti in the mind of yours for the worldliness. Anusmarantya mam nityam. And thus this practice is continuously done. Achiratma paishyati. Very soon you will reach me. An example is the Gopikas in your own group. Some of them who could not come to Rasa Krida, but in their own meditation, they reached me more proximity way than you are. Bhagavan himself is again voting for the mind's love and proximity than the physical. भगवान शरीर थोड़ी है, वो तो परमात्मा स्वरूप है. Is it not? उनका तादात्म्य में तो सूक्ष्म रूप में ही होता है. Now this line, Maya Veshamana Krishnam, 5-6 minutes more we have to study. Then what is their reply? Tomorrow we will see. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamam Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Bol Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Jai. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Bhagavat Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Suta Sharanam Mama. Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Shri Narada Sharanam Mama. Shri Kumara Sharanam Mama. Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama. Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Swarge Satye Kailase Vaikunte Nasti Ayam Rasaha Tata Pibantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munchata Karhichita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Dvadasha Skandaha Abhasascha Nirodhascha Yataschadhyavasiyate Sahasreya Param Brahma Paramatmeti Shabdyate Atha Trutiyodhyayaha. Shri Shuka Uvacha Kalaunarajan Jagatam Param Gurum त्रिलोकनाथानतपादपङ्कजं प्रायेण मर्त्याः भगवन्तमच्युतं यक्षन्ति पाषण्डविभिन्नचेतसः यन्नामधेयं म्रियमाण आतुरः पतन् स्खलन् वा विवशो गृणन् पुमान् विमुक्तकर्मार्गल उत्तमां गतिं प्राप्नोति यक्ष्यन्ति न तं कलौ जनाः पुंसां कलिकृतान् दोषान् द्रव्यदेशात्मसम्भवान् सर्वान् हरति चित्तस्थः भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः श्रुतः संकीर्तितो ध्यातः पूजितश्चाद्रुतोऽपि वा नृणां धुनोति भगवान् हृत्स्थो जन्मायुता शुभं यथा हेम्निस्थितो वह्निः दुर्वर्णं हन्ति धातुजम् एवमात्मगतो विष्णुः योगिनाम् अशुभाशयं विद्यातपः प्राणनिरोधमैत्री तीर्थाभिषेकव्रतदानजप्यैः नात्यन्तशुद्धिं लभतेऽन्तरात्मा यथा हृदिस्ते भगवत्यनन्ते तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् हृदिस्थं कुरु केशवं म्रियमाणो हि अवहितः ततो यासि परां गतिं म्रियमाणैरभिध्येयः भगवान् हरिरीश्वरः आत्मभावं नयत्यङ्ग सर्वात्मा सर्वसम्भवः कलेर्दोषनिधे राजन् अस्ति ह्येको महान् गुणः कीर्तनात् एव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परं व्रजेत कृते यत् ध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायां यजतो मखैः द्वापरे परिचर्यायां कलौ तद्धरिकीर्तनात् ओम इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां 12 स्कन्धे श्रीशुकदेवोपदेशो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. All these are thoroughly studied for sufficient time. At least few must be remembered by us. The essence of all that is said again in this 49th shloka. What it is? Yesterday we chanted 11 times and we asked you to do it 108 times. I don't know whether you have done it or not. The first line of 49th mantra. This is the one solution for million problems. Prevention for not allowing any new problem to come. This is what. Can we do that? Even to come to the understanding of this, conviction of this also, little quietness and purity of mind is required. A lot of grace and blessings of Guru God are required. Even to understand and accept what is taught here by Sri DEVJI, one liner which includes all sadhanas for all solutions for all problems. Today also we'll chant 11 times this one. I know you, how many of you have done, I don't know, मैं क्यों पूछूं, बताना मेरा काम है बस. I'll do it for myself 11 times. You can join if you want, otherwise have a cup of tea and come back. So we'll chant the 49th mantra, first line only 11 times. Om tasmat sarvatmana rajan hrudistham kuru keshavam. 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 See, this we have also sufficiently studied it, but the beautifully important aspects of it throughout life keep in mind. So the simple meaning kya hai? Tasmat, therefore, he Rajan or Raja Parikshit, sarvatmana, by all means, hrudistham, stationed in the hridaya, kuru, do keshavam, the Lord. If you reverse it and study, it becomes more pakka in our local languages. You know, every language is like that, our local languages. What is that? Keshavam hrudistham kuru. This is good to study, no? Keshavam Hrudistham Kuru. If you can add one more word, it will be very good for us. What is that? Keshavam eva Hrudistham Kuru. Good, no? Keshavam eva Hrudistham Kuru. Only in Hridaya mein only Keshava should be there. And as we said, either Keshava will be there or in the absence of Keshava, the Ajnana will be there. From the Ajnana, one side Jiva Bhava is born, other side delusion is born. Because of the delusion, the Jiva identified with the Sukshmati Sukshma Upadya of Manabuddhi, also the Indriya Deha. Then he becomes a solidified individual. Then he will have all Raga Dvesha to the world. How total samsara he suffers unnecessarily. It's so simple. Any example, you may not like what to do. Like at the age of 25, you got a friend. देखते देखते a good friend हो गया. Then you had good experiences with him. You had some bad experience also. Up to 40 years he was with you. Then he left. देखते देखते in 4-5 years you forgot. So from the 20th year to 45th year, please 25 years, थोड़ा याद रखो. Just analysis. At the age of 20 was he there with you? No. 24 तक था क्या? नहीं. 25th में आया. फिर 40 के बाद है क्या? नहीं है. 40 के बाद याद भी नहीं उसका. 20 साल क्या किया? At the very same time, instead of getting lost in that fellow, if you have become devotee of God through study of Shastra and Alupasana, that would have been the permanent asset. ये आया, थोड़ा सुख दिया, थोड़ा दुख दिया, चला गया. That alone is life, we think. Please remember, Vyavahara alone is life is an utter ignorance. Discovering the self is the purpose of life, is the right vision. If this right vision is not given on right time, the wrong thing we take as the vision. And therefore, this fellow chala gaya, aur ek ko dost kiya, usko chhod gaya, aur ek. Whole life is getting lost in dependency on others for our sukha, depending on our own upadhis for the sukha. That is what we spoke yesterday also. Running behind the temporary things for permanent happiness is a permanent foolishness and permanent samsara. केशव का हृदय में नहीं बिठाया, अज्ञान मोहा will come. Ajnana will create jiva bhava, moha will make us identify the upadhi. Totally a solid jiva, I am dehosme will be born. Then he will look at others and relate in so many forms and then try to eking out happiness from them. He will get attachment, aversion, interactions. और कभी काम होते कभी फेल होते हैं, संसार कंटिन्यू होता है. हमारे हृदय में स्थान केशव क्यों होना चाहिए? बुद्धि में अकॉर्डिंग टू धर्म, जिन जिन से क्या संबंध है. इमोशंस में टू फुलफिल दोस धर्मास, दैट टाइप ऑफ लव. इज इट नॉट? Emotion towards the wife, towards the husband, towards the children, backed by the dharma understanding of the buddhi. Like the child is in disease, पे दुख, तो उसको बहुत हक में हक करके प्यार करके बेटा सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. These are emotion, but they are required because as a father, it's your dharma to take care of him. So the intellectual buddhi's understanding of dharma you are practicing. For that you are using the emotion. Same fellow when he is wasting time not studying, same father who hugged him when he was in disease will give 2 kicks also. That also emotion. But that is again backed by the Bauddhic dharma. Buddhi ka dharma is my child, Lord has sent him to in my life. I have to see to it that he is settled in good values and life and career. Okay, हृदय में भगवान, बुद्धि में any of the व्यवहारिक dharma. Sentiments to fulfill that व्यवहारिक dharma. And what about actions? Only those actions which are required for dharma. That's it. Or any of the spiritual sadhana. हमको अपने लाइफ को इसी में रेस्ट्रिक्ट करना. You know that good quotation in all big cities in traffics में, lane driving is sane driving. It is true. लेन ड्राइविंग इज सेन ड्राइव. हम अपने लेन को बनाकर ना उसी में ड्राइव करना है. We go out of the lane, if you are having 40 speed, you have taken this place, then the 60 speed fellows you are stopping. You are going this side of the lane, then the 20 speed will become obstruction to you. You are in the 40 speed lane. Usme raho. That is a saneness to drive. In your lane, you manage. So, to my lane of my spiritual goal, my lane of my Vyavaharika dharmas, in that what action, what sentiments required, I do full stop. Anything overflowing this side or that side causes difficulties, problems. Mm. This is by Anushangika we are sharing here. All that is not mentioned by the Lord. Lord mentioned, Shukadevji mentions the ultimate thing only unambiguously, Hridishtam Kuru Keshavas. Okay? Now one word he adds for it, Sarvatmana. Hridishtam Kuru Keshav. Okay? The Sarvatmana has got three meanings. One is, before it, just with all your conviction. Second, with all your practices. Third, once is established, protect that Ishvara to be in the heart. Again, Sarvatmana by all means. Like by all means, wholeheartedly, I want to construct my own house. First, the feeling aspect. Then I put all my efforts to make my own house. That is called as second Sarvatmana. When the house is made, again with all my efforts, I see that it is protected. That is also Sarvatmana. तो हृदय में भगवान को बिठाना है, ऐसा भरपूर भाव is a sarvatma bhava. Okay, then do all sadhanas for that only. 24 घंटे. That practical thing is second sarvatma bhava by all means. Once the Lord is in the heart, let the Lord alone be there in the heart. Nothing, अपनी ego को भी जगह नहीं देना. That is after that sarvatma. Three levels of sarvatmana. The wholehearted willingness to establish the Lord. How can you do that? Only when you know that the arrival of the Lord only removes the Kali doshas, removes all the dosha of all the yuga, removes the ignorance. That is a proven fact. Bhagavan himself assured in Gita, here he assured everywhere you see. जिनके हृदय भगवान है उनका अज्ञान दूर हो गया, उनके दुर्गुण वासनाएं दूर हो गए. Like we are in the class, wholeheartedly if you are studying, remembering the Lord, where are the durgunas? So that knowledge of Shastra, that authority of the stories gives a conviction. From that conviction, I want to make the Lord stay in my heart. That is called Sarvatma Bhava. Then do it. What to do? Are Shrutaha, Sankirtitaha, Dhyataha, Pujitaha, Adrutaha, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Varcharam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanam. All already told. Do all of them. That doing each of sadhana, possible sadhanas, to see its end result as the Lord established in our heart is second meaning of Sarvatmana. Third one, once the Lord is entered in the heart, protect the Lord. Again, don't allow him to go out by any reason. क्योंकि कोई भी भगवान के अलावा विचार आते हैं ना तो भगवान चले जाते. नहीं के दामाद वो आते हैं ना, उनको तो दशमग्रह, you have to respect him so much. Anybody else, if you value him, that fellow goes away. There are some very typical egos. आजकल कैसे पता नहीं है, हम तो बचपन में ये सारे इतना देख देख के थक चुके हैं बाबा. The fellows egoistic because of some position and all. You know, if that power position is not respected, they become so disturbed, restless. Very much, very much. Two main things I list. See, one is the son-in-law, second is RP officer. Unko salute nahi karoge, you will shoot only. Some exceptions are there. If they don't have that feeling, then they have studied some Vedanta, spirituality, as I have. The bada, the rank, anybody, koi, sir, sir, sir. They have to remind sir, sir. Nahi to unko hajam nahi aata. So to the son-in-law. Ab kya badal gaya, I don't know. But that much, that much. Bhagavan is like that. If you don't value me when I'm in your heart, I'll go away, he says. इसलिए भगवान का मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करके, he is there करके, all the time the Deepa Aradhana will be there, Deepa, and 3 times Naivedyam, 5 times Upasana, all that are done. That is a fourth meaning of, or third meaning of Sarvatmana. देखो, when that Lord in the heart, removing all ignorance and dukkha, giving all bliss, then why you remove him? Let him be there in the heart only, no? Wholeheartedly. So, Sarvatmana Rajan Udistam Kuru Kesha. Understood this? As much we could discuss, we tried to do. Now, the second line is important, since serious also, thoda. And nothing to be sentimental, emotional there. Facts we will discuss. What is that? Mriyamanaha he. Mriyamanaha he means verily. Mriyamanaha, you are about to die. Therefore, avahitaha. Therefore, you have to be more careful in making the Lord establish in the heart by Sarvatma Bhava. Sarvatma Bhava is not the Parabrahma is Sarvatma. Sarvatma is by all efforts, by all means, by all sincerities. That is the meaning of Sarvatma. Wholeheartedly. Mriyamanaha, now you are going to die. Therefore, you have to be more careful. Avahitaha. और व्यवहित होकर और अपने आप को निर्भर कंट्रोल करके अब टाइम आ रहा है द तक्षका स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम देयर ऑलरेडी बिफोर ही कम्स यू मेक योर हार्ट फिल्ड विथ लॉर्ड ओनली नाउ व्हाई शुड आई डू सर राइट नाउ बिकॉज ततो यासि पराम गतिम ओनली ततः मीन्स दिस एज अ कॉज that you made the Lord establish the heart, then Takshaka comes and bites you. Instead of going into the Sukha Dukkha Lokas, Punya, Parangatim Yasi, you will reach to Paramatma only. And for this, the authorities are all the Shastras. One is enough for us, that is Gita. In that, Arjuna only asks, Prayana Kalecha Katham Neyosi Niyatatmamihi. Kim tad brahma, 8th chapter I am talking. Kim adhyatmam, kim karma purushottama, adibhutam cha kim proktam, adidevam kim uchyate, adiyagnaha katham kotra dehesmin mansudana, prayana kaleja katham neyosi. So each question out of 7, 8, each question is one word, answer is one word. But the 7th one, long question, important, Bhagavan has spent 4 shlokas, I think, to answer. So kim tad brahma, aksharam brahma paramam, किमध्यात्मं स्वभावोध्यात्मम् उच्यते किम कर्म भूतभावोद्भव सर्गः विसर्गः कर्म भूतभावोद्भवकरः विसर्गः कर्म संगितः किम अधिभूतं क्षरो भावः किम अधिदैवतं पुरुषश्चाधिदैवतम् and what is adhyagnaः अहमेवात्र देहेऽस्मिन् पुरुषः पर. Then the 7th shloka prayana kale 7th prashna किम तद ब्रह्म किम अध्यात्मम किम कर्म अधिभूतम अधिदैवम किमुच्यते अधियज्ञः कथम कोत्र. 7 are answered in one word, 6 are answered in one word. 7th one is what? Prayana kalecha katham neyosi niyatatmavi. When people are leaving the body, what is sadhana for them? How they will know you? How can they reach you when they are leaving the body? That's not a question. Bhagavan gives very clear answer. अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्ति अत्र संशयः. These 3 shlokas are very essential. Antakale च अंतकाला last moment मामेव स्मरन्, remembering only me, muktva kalevaram yah prayati, leaving the body, who's ahead, where will he reach us? Madbhavam yati, na asti atra samshayaha, there is no doubt. Just like any hundreds of examples, where did you go after the class? Whatever is your predominant thought. है कि नहीं? कोई सोने के लिए गए, कोई खाने के लिए, कोई वॉकिंग के लिए गए, कोई टीवी देखने बैठे हैं. यहाँ का क्लास के अंत समय में आपके मन में क्या विचार आएगा? According to that, each one goes. You can see in any cricket or any satsang, होने के बाद बाहर जाने वाले, कोई सब्जी खरीदने गया, कोई इधर गया, because that was the predominant thought before leaving. So अंतकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति स मद्भावं याति नास्ति अत्र संशयः. Therefore, yam vapi. Now the general principle is what? Particular principle, remembering me, if they leave the body, they reach me. Particular rule. General rule what? Yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram tam te me veti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. For this, what examples I give, they are for that explanation. Ki yam bhavam smaran yati. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram, leaves the body, tam tameva eti kaunteya. Arjuna, the rule is whatever bhava at the last moment a person has leaves the body, to that only he goes. And in this lot of humor I can add and all, like that banda मारने के टाइम मुझे घर बनाना है मरेगा, he will be a मेस्त्री somewhere अगले जन्म में. It is true. If he has got another thought of any sort of भोग का कहो कर्म का कहो, वो सोचते सोचते मर गया, मेरे पैसे मेरे पैसे मेरे पैसे, he will be in some cashier bank में बनेगा वो, नहीं तो he will be a nagoba sitting on a treasure of a wealth. Very dangerous it is. Last thought decides your next journey. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante. If you are dying, if I am dying with my hatred towards anyone, that will continue. If an attachment to anyone, that will continue. Very, very careful we have to be. More important for us is next life than this life. ये तो खत्म हो गया. कोई केयर भी नहीं करते हमको यहाँ. अगले जन्म का सोचना, अपने लिए सोचना, स्वार्थी बनना, spiritually स्वार्थी. है ना, kama sukha bhoga. If I think that while living body, only I will be born in only animal yoni, where the only eating, mating, sleeping, dying, this is their life. है ना, if I throughout I entertain and die with a feeling that my country should be prosperous in economy, you will be as a FM of the country next life, of any some small country of 5,000 population. हमारे कैपेसिटी का उतना ही होता है. Is it not? If you die with the feeling that spiritually I have to bring the country upper, and then some Gita press may you will sell the books. Today I went there, I bought so many books today. आपका विचार क्या है? Is it not last moment? Very crucial it is. And many people that bhoga vritti से मरते हैं, आशाओं के साथ मरते हैं, then they will go for that only. That is why the last line. What is that? Sada tadbhava bhavitaha. What decides what is the last thought? Sada tadbhava bhavita. All the time what thought you think, that alone decides the last thought. So all the time I do only kama, 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 vritti. At the time of the death, that only comes. Then I will be born next life like that. If my mind is lobha, 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 throughout, Lord, at the time of death, that only remembered, I will become a lobhi. If I am taking Lord Rama, Krishna name, anything, toward the last moment, that only I do, I reach to Lord's abode. See that facility, we should use that. And what is the last moment of life, we don't know. That is another danger. Therefore, every moment we should remember Lord only. That is why the Panch Shloka of Gita, one of the best shloka. तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम अनुस्मर. पर आप ही का ही स्मरण करें तो काम कैसा होएगा? युद्ध च. Such way, my arpita manobuddhi you will become. Again, this will be discussed in 12th chapter. Mam eva eshasi na samshayaha. But how to put my mind in you? Abhyasa yogena, abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa, na anyagamina chetasa. Therefore, abhyasa yoga, yoga abhyasa. Vairagya and abhyasa. When we do have these two, vairagya to the entire world, abhyasa of Bhagavanama, when you go on doing, then it makes it natural to you. And then toward the end also you remember God. While doing so, leave body, reach Bhagavan. Please remember it. As we grow, I can't say what time. अभी से शुरू करना. Nobody in our mind. कोई भी आया, धक्का दो उसको, अपने कृष्ण कन्हैया को बिठाओ, राम भगवान को बिठाओ. Anybody come, हो गया तुम्हारे साथ खेल. And remember in samsara, even million lives you are born, the routine will be same. Born, brought up by parents, go to use school, college and get kicked by every teacher. And somehow धक्का मुक्की recommendation से छोटा नौकरी. And then clerk जिंदगी, किसी शादी हो गया because nobody married her, therefore she is given to you. And then get you to use equally useless children. यही चलेगा हर जिंदगी में. Little पुण्य कर दिया तो little better it would be. But same it will be as it is. एक बार भगवान का टेस्ट करके देखो बस. तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम अनुस्मर युध्य च. पहले मेरा स्मरण करो, then you jump into your work of activity. By arvita manobuddhi, in this way your mind in devotion, your buddhi in understanding, offer to me only. Mame vaishyasi, you reach me only asamshaya. There is no doubt again this, at this level. And you do that at abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa. So throughout life, what we are doing every day in classes is abhyas. The same thing throughout the day, keep on doing. See to it that the Lord is established in our heart. All the time, Rama Nama, Krishna Nama, Guru Nama, Tattva Chintana, Omkara, chalte rehna, bas. This at one side removes Kama Krodhadi Vikara, second side curtails all the attachments, third side strengthens the thought of Lord in our heart. With that, when we live, we reach the divine abode. And always remember, reaching divine abode is a bliss in which the happiness of all the worldly sukhas are there, without all those struggles. ये बात याद नहीं आता ना, तो फिर हम इनको नहीं छोड़ पाएंगे. 2000 रुपए में सारे हैं, 500, 200, 150. So to in Bhagavad Bhakti, all the sukhas of Brahmadeva, that is Hiranyagarbha, all Indradi Devata, Varunadi, सबका सुख जो है वो ब्रह्म सुख में है, परमात्मा सुख में है. That we are going to see in our Taittiriya also, in the Ananda Parampara that is going to be told. That is another important point to be highlighted every day in our understanding, that in the Paramatma Prapti, the Sukha Shanti is more than all the Sukha we gain through all the indulgences in the world. That we have already seen Taittiriya. So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashita iti. That Sarvan Kaman Ashnute, how beautifully Bhashyakara explained to us. That Vyakhyanam aapne padha na? With all Indriyas, all Jivas, what Sukha they get, our past, present, future, put together is in that Brahmananda Prapti. We have done a very good study of that topic. Hope you remember it. Thank God we got all the required data given to us. But we have to individually coordinate with all that, come to the conclusion, there is no greater gain than Bhagavad Prapti. For that, we have to establish the Lord in our heart. For that, the whole sadhanas are to be done. Life has to be dedicated only for that. Anything other than is samsara. Pass fix. Then ruthlessly do that. Little bit whatever work you have to do, थोड़ा थोड़ा कर दो, बस, बाकी नहीं फंसना. बुरे चीजों में फंसना कितना गड़बड़ है, उतना ही गड़बड़ है अच्छे चीजों में भी फंसना. हमें कहीं नहीं फंसना, हम भगवान के पास जाना. Understood? Neither bad nor good. Good also bad if it is not allowing you to do your spiritual sadhana. Drop everything. जैसे अपना भगवान का नाम लो. Nothing important than that. With this shloka is done. Mriyamanaha hi avaitaha tatha yasi param gatim. हो गया? Now same thing continues. Mriyamanai avidyaha Bhagavan Hari Ishvaraha. At the time of death, only Bhagavan has to be remembered. If you do that, what will happen? Atma bhavam nayati anga sarva atma sarva sambhava. The Lord who is the self of all, the Lord who is the creator of all, gives him atma bhava, the one who leaves the world. Now if I tell this meaning of it in this 1 minute, वो लगता है कि सुना है लेकिन याद ही नहीं रहता. That's why I am taking time and explaining with lot of examples, not only for you but mainly for me. Because they are crucial श्लोकास. ये हो गया इसका अब सारा स्टोरी है. अब प्रलयों की बात वगैरह होती है, उसका हमारा साधना से कोई संबंध ही नहीं. लाइक इन रामायण, श्री राम जी की कथा शुरू होगा, ही विल गो एंड मीट सुग्रीवा. हमको क्या है उससे? हमको तो राम भक्ति, राम वेदांत, दैट इज व्हाट इज हेल्पिंग अस. श्री राम जी जाकर रावण को मारकर सीता को ले आने का, हमें उससे क्या लेने देना? हो ही हैज डन इट. हमको तो द भक्ति टुवर्ड्स राम, ज्ञान ऑफ द राम इज व्हिच गिव्स मी मुक्ति. So here also the topics will continue, but the essence is this one. So little more about this we see, and tomorrow or now itself become so committed कि every moment the Lord alone will be in my heart, nothing else. Hey Bhagwan, please make me do all sadhana. I'm giving full license. क्या करना है करो, ले जाओ मुझे जंगल में डाल दो अगर वहां जाकर ही ये करने का होता है तो. Because when you are in the gargrahasti and all, with all your funny justifications, you can never put mind on God. Anybody. Mind will be half-hearted only in the divine. Is it not? You say Om Namo Narayana, immediately remember your grandchild, great grandchild, great, great. They are great. We are never great. And then mind goes. Gone, Krishna is forgotten. कुछ भी करो, पॉइंट तो बता दिया. हाउ डू यू अचीव इट? योर इंटेलिजेंस. One suggestion can be, when you have to attend to your routine domestic, attend it. Once it is over, quickly come out of it mentally, engage in the sadhana. शुरू में इतना कर लो, that itself is great achievement. In other words, the time which is at our own exclusive disposal, if that can be dedicated for the God, we have done umpteen benefit or umpteen great number of good things for ourselves. We have done the greatest for ourselves. If the reserved time given to us, instead of wasting it for the telephones, cell phones, cinema, bakwas and all, if we can use it for Bhagavan, establishing Bhagavan in the heart, we have done good thing. हम क्या करते हैं ना, this immaturity. The leisure time we involve in bhoga. And when the duties of the domestic things to be done, that time we say, क्या यार अब साधना करना चाहता हूँ लेकिन इस काम में उस काम में फंसा हूँ. ये झूठ है, ये धोखाधड़ी है. Bhagavan is so kind, No, he never keeps even Prime Minister of India or UN President so busy that they don't have time to remember God. ऐसा नहीं होता. And the most free person without doing anything is Prime Minister only. Because everybody is ready for him to think and give. Economically, economists are there. उनके प्रवचन के लिए लेटर लिखने वाले होते हैं. सब लोग, he is relaxed. You can see on his face. He is not doing anything. He has done all the steps. The Lord is working through him. That's it. फ्रीली आराम से 9 बजे तक भगवान का नाम लेके निकलना. If Prime Minister says 11 only I will come to Bharat or 10, nobody will stop him. He can do. Everybody has any time to choose to dedicate the mind to the God. सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य करके भी भगवान को हम स्मरण कर सकते हैं. In that case, when we are not having any dharma to perform, we are free at our disposal. Can't we do that? Out of 24 hours, I believe at least 8 hours per day the Lord gives only for us. Morning 4 to 6 o'clock, afternoon 2 hours, evening 2 and night 2. 8 घंटे हमको सबको देते हैं भगवान. 8 घंटे नींद, 8 घंटे सेवा, 8 घंटे साधना के लिए. Tentatively. So those spare moments, if we can dedicate for the God, that is good. And at the time, nothing of the world should be. सब चप्पल जैसे बाहर छोड़ते हैं मंदिर के आने से, उसी तरह छोड़ना. That is also an art. It doesn't come easily. You have to consciously practice it. Like now I'm in the class. Other than the subject, nothing of the world should enter me. If I can achieve that, then I do my duty also, I do my class also. In that way. Om Krishnarpanam Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagwan Ki Jai. Om Bhurvosvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Devasya Pranaya Pranaya Udanaya Samanaya Brahmane Brahmarpanam Brahmaved Brahmagno Brahma Madhya Madhya Amritamantra Astvad Bhaksham Neelamega Shyama Krishna Nitya Jaganmona Krishna Balago Vedugana Krishna Vedanta Vedya Krishna Namanita Chora Krishna Nitya Mangalam Bhakta Janadhara Krishna Paramadayavadi Krishna Mukti Gita Amrita Data Krishna Paramayogisha Krishna Partha Sarathi Rupa Krishna Sarva Mangalam Rama Sarva Mangalam Sadguru Sarva Mangalom Nadatra Surya Bhadra Narayana Devase Dasanam Brahmadevyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyam Tashabhyo Bhagyo Swami me Guru Vakya Akhyata Nityamanodotsmiham O Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana Shastra Ki Jai Sri Vedavya Shukadeva Sutadi Bhagavata Acharya Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai Bol Sadgurudeva Bhagavan Ki Jai Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtana Govinda Govinda. Today we will start our Aranya Kandam. हो गया तो किष्किंधा कांडम in our Adhyatma Ramayanam. Thank you all. Shri Krishna.